My first chicken that I did came out really good and tasty, but it wasn't very eye appealing because I made a few mistakes on that. I'm prepping it. So this one should be a little bit better. Okay, so we got this all, the giblets and the neck removed from the cavity, rinsed the chicken. Now we need to tie it up for rotisserie. I got a piece of twine here. Hopefully I made that long enough. Like that. Need a real long piece of string now. Tie the wings up. This is just to stop it from flopping around and hitting the side of the rotisserie. Just like that. Give that a trim. And give that a trim. Alright. Now, let's get my seasoning. I'll be right back. Okay, so I put together my seasoning, and I got this from allrecipes.com. What I have in here is 4 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of paprika. I use smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of dried thyme, 1 teaspoon of white pepper. Well, I didn't have white pepper, but I did have lemon and pepper seasoning, so I substituted that with 1 teaspoon of lemon and pepper seasoning, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. That's what we got in our little seasoning rub that we're going to put on now. So I'm just going to get that all mixed up together. Alright. Get me some paper towel here. Get my olive oil out. Now I'm just going to coat the bird with some olive oil. That's going to help our seasoning stick to this. And it's going to give us a nice golden brown skin, I hope. And we're just going to take our seasoning and sprinkle that all over the chicken. Alright, that's ready. Let's set that off to the side. Get our oven out. Be right back. Alright, so this is about a 6.5 pound chicken, and from what I can research, the oven didn't come with directions on how to roast the chicken. You put it at 375, the heat, and you do 20 minutes per pound. So 6 pounds would be 60, 120, about 130 minutes. It was an hour and 10 minutes. So that's what we're shooting for. But of course, we're going to be checking the chicken temperature in the thigh, and we're looking for 165 degrees in the thigh. So that's all there is to it. Now this timer only goes up to 60 minutes. So we'll do it in batches on that. There you go. So I'll just see you maybe halfway through or something, so you can kind of see what it's looking like. I'll see you then. Okay, that's been going for coming on an hour. Ain't that looking pretty? So I'm just going to let that rotate while I just tell you a little bit about the oven. This is a NutriChef, and they make 2 different models now, I think. One is just for chicken, and this is called the NutriChef Rotisserie and Oven. What I like about this one is, see the heating elements that I have on the side here? One swings up and one swings down. Then they got slots where you can put trays in there and turn it into an oven. So that was a big selling point for me. I really like the MRE, I think they're called, French door ones. But when I was reading the reviews, people were saying that it wouldn't hold a very big chicken, and I wanted to hold at least a 5-pound chicken, and the reviews were saying that they didn't hold 5-pound chicken. So I went with this, and my first run on this, it did a really good job, and as you can see, it's doing a really good job here. That's a pretty big chicken, 6.5 pounds. I mean, that's pretty big. I could probably get a little bit more in there, maybe up to 7 or 8. I don't know, if I tied it real nice and tight, maybe even a 10-pound. But there you go. So that's been going about an hour. I'm gonna spin that timer around for another hour before I even bother checking the temperature, and I'll come back to you when it's done, and we'll check the temperature and take her out of the oven. I'll see you then. All right, it's gone off, and that has been 2 hours and 20 minutes. Let's check this chicken. That is 162, which is close enough. I'm going to call that good because that's going to continue cooking after we take it out. So let me get my gloves and I'll be right back. Does that look like a beautiful piece of chicken or what? Turn that off. This has got different modes. You've got broil, which would be your top, or bake, which would put your top and bottom if you had the heating elements that way, or rotisserie. So that's pretty cool. And a timer for 60 minutes, or you can turn it this way and put it to stay on without the timer. So, did a beautiful job on this chicken. I'm going to let this cool down for quite a bit. Then we'll do it, carve it up, and I'll be back for that. Okay, let's get this bird shredded up for the next recipe I'm going to do. Oh, look at how tender that chicken is. Just falls apart. All right. Look at all that gorgeous chicken I got from that. And I'm going to sit here and nibble on these bones and stuff, and we'll be using that in a recipe. I'll see you for the recipe. All right, now we're going to put that chicken to use here. So we are going to make a barbecue ranch chicken casserole. So what I have here is a cup of barbecue sauce, a cup of ranch sauce, half a pound of bacon, 8 ounces of cheddar that I grated, one 10-ounce can of Rotel, I use original, one can, 15 ounces of sweet corn, drained, and one 14.75, say 15 ounce, 1 can of cream style sweet corn. I love sweet corn. And 3 cups of rotisserie chicken that has been shredded. So, we just need to get it all into the bowl. Pour the chicken, the cream corn, get my handy dandy spatula and get a lot of that juice out of there. Oh yeah. The cream corn, my drained sweet corn, my can of Rotel tomatoes with the juice, my half a pound of bacon that I've fried and crumbled up, and let's see, my sauces. 1 cup of ranch dressing, and one cup of barbecue, and I just bought the stuff that was on sale, 89 cents a bottle. Masterpiece, sweet honey and molasses. That sounds good. Barbecue sauce. You can use whatever barbecue sauce you like. I would normally use Sweet Baby Ray's, but for 89 cents, I could not pass that up. Now this is my half a pound of cheese, and we want to reserve about a third of that to go on top of our casserole. So I'm going to put the rest of that grated cheese into the casserole. I'll give that a nice stir. Get that all mixed up. No seasoning in this, because all that sauce we put in there had plenty of seasoning. The bacon had plenty of salt. We're good to go. I got my 9x13 casserole dish here. We're going to pour that in. Oh, dadgummit. No, you got to add one more thing to that, John. Don't be so silly. Well, I made a mess of that. It ain't much of a casserole without my 12-ounce bag of egg noodles. I use the one with no yolks, egg noodles, that I have cooked up according to the bag directions. We're going to put our noodles in there. Now we'll mix it up. Silly, silly, silly. Well, that would have been not a very nice casserole without the noodles, let me tell you. John and Bibbs, I think you're getting old. Alright, should we try it again? Let's put this in the casserole dish. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that looks good. Spread that out nice and even. I got my oven preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now we'll spread this remaining of the grated cheese over the top of that. Everything's cooked in here already. So really we're just looking to get it nice and bubbly and all that cheese melted. We're going to have a beautiful casserole. Now, since I'm freeze drying this, I want to make enough to fill my freeze dryer and for me to have some left over. So I'm going to duplicate this before I bake it. So next time you see this, it'll be coming out of the oven, but there'll be two of them. And we're going to bake this at 350 degrees for about 25 minutes, but we'll keep an eye on it. We're just looking for it to get nice and hot and all that cheese to melt. So we'll see you when this comes out of the oven. There you have it. I baked that for 25 minutes. At 20 minutes I checked it and I thought it looked really delicious, but I thought it would look pretty if I had some drizzles of barbecue sauce. So I went ahead and drizzled some barbecue sauce on that and then popped it back in the oven for 5 more minutes. So a total of 25 minutes. It looks absolutely gorgeous, bubbling away. I am going to let this totally cool down, then we'll come back and package that, or tray it up for the freeze dryer. So I'll see it in. All right, it's cooled down a little bit. Let's get some of this dished up. I'm looking for 3 trays. It smells so good. Three trays of 2.5 pounds. Look at that creamy noodles with barbecue and ranch, and corn, rotel. It's gonna be delicious. Big chunks of chicken in that. You guys, does that look good or what? I think it looks gorgeous. 2.5. Alright. I put my dividers in here and divide that up into tins. I got 2 more trays to do of that. I'll do that off camera and I'll be right back. Oh my, oh my, oh my. I'm a happy camper today. Okay, I've got these 3 trays loaded up. 2.5 pounds each from my medium harvest right freeze dryer, and cut into tins. Look what I have today. I am so happy I get to have some leftovers this time. What I'll do is eat some of that for dinner tonight, and I can portion that out into freezer bags, throw that into the freezer for a single guy. That is just perfect. So I can be munching on that whenever I want. Alright, so I'll get those, let them cool down a little bit more, transfer them to the freezer, get them frozen solid. Once they're frozen solid, we'll fire up the freeze dryer and get them freeze drying. Next time you see them, they'll be coming out of the freeze dryer. Let's see what this tastes like. Oh yeah. We put some nice chicken in there. Oh man. Yeah. You know what? You guys gotta try this even if you don't have a freeze dryer. This is gorgeous. The tanginess of the ranch and sweetness of the barbecue, the heat of the rotel, all blend together perfectly. That's a good dish. Alright, I'll see you when that comes out of the freeze dryer. Alright, here we go. My Barbecue Ranch Chicken Casserole is done in the freeze dryer. As usual, we went 40 hours plus, and my bonus slot in my freeze dryer was my another tray, which I'm going to be doing for the near foreseeable future, of my onion ring chips. Got to put those in. Those are just too good I got to get a collection of those up. Alright, so let's get these packaged. We're going to put 3 squares of my delicious casserole into a bag. Kind of break it up a little bit so that we can get the zip shut on that. Alright, we'll do that, and I will do the rest of this off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, got those bagged up. My onion rings in there, vacuum sealed. Let's get our O2 absorbers into each of these pouches. One 300cc O2 absorber per pouch. I like to zip it shut once I put the O2 absorber in. That keeps the air out of the pouch, moisture. especially like today, it's 90% humidity. And also it makes it a lot easier to seal the pouch once we get the heat sealer out because it's nice and flat. We'll get this done off camera and I'll be right back. Alright, my sealer has heated up, so let's get these sealed. As I'm putting these seals on, I squeeze it between this and I look for the plastic to melt. I know it's got a good seal. It's gonna last me 20 years. Turn that off. We'll let that cool down, let these cool down. And next time you see these, we'll be opening one up for a lunch or a dinner. I'll see you then. Oakley dokley, we are ready to dig into my barbecue ranch and chicken casserole. Alright, so we got that baby open. Here's what it looks like on the inside. I got my 3/4 of a cup of water, hot, almost boiling from the Keurig. And instantly I can start to smell that barbecue sauce. There we go. Let's get that zipped up. Give that a seal. Alright, we're going to let that sit for 2 minutes and I'll be right back. Alright, that's been 2 minutes. So let's give that a nice little stir. Oh yeah. That's looking good. And smelling good. Do that up one more time. We're going to do that for 2 more minutes. While I'm waiting for that 2 minutes, we'll just talk about the Mylar pouches. I get these pouches from topmylar.com and they're called a single mill pouch. 7 mil thick, designed to hold boiling water, which is perfect for our rehydration. They are wider than they are tall, therefore you can dig your fork or spoon in there and get all the way to the bottom. It's really easy to eat out of. I kind of like refer to them like a bowl, really. Now, Top Mylar has kindly offered 2 different codes for their products from my channel. Okay, the first code is BIBS, B-I-B-S, and if you use that code, that's unlimited. You can use that code as many times as you want. If you spend $50 or more, you'll get $5 off of your order, and that is code BIBS, B-I-B-S. All right, they now have a new coupon code. I'm calling it a coupon code because it's a single-use only code. And with that code, it's BIBS10, BIBS10, you'll get 10% off of your order. So obviously, you'll want to use the BIBS10 coupon on a very large order. You wouldn't want to use it unless you never spend more than $50. And then you would use it at one time, but you wouldn't want to use it on an order of $50 because you can use the code BIBS and save $5, which is 10% on that. Dismiss that. So you'd want to save that for a very large order and you'll save 10% off the whole order. And that one order can be as big as you like. It'd be $2,000 if you wanted, and you'd save 10% off of that. So I highly recommend that you just use that with caution. But with the code BIBS10, I do earn a small percentage of your order, just to let you know. Fair disclosure, they've agreed to give me a small percentage of the sale, and that's single time use only, so use it wisely. All right, so we've had this in here for a total of 4 minutes. Give that one more stir. Everything has come together nicely, it looks like. Like I say, I could eat this right out of the bag, right out of the pouch. But we like to dish it up so you can see what we got. Look at that. Got beautiful color to it. Nice little sauciness to it. Check that out. Oh man, that's good. All right. Now let's dig in. Let's see what it came back like in 4 minutes. Got a piece of chicken there, some noodles. That is good. That is delicious. You get that sour, creamy taste in it. Oh man, this is really, really good. Ranch and barbecue just go together. Little bit of heat. I can't remember. Did I put some Rotel in this? I'm pretty sure I did, because there's a little bit of heat to this. Not a lot. It's a little undertone of heat. But I can taste it. The corn is there. It's all good. So there you go. Another winner. That's going to be a nice meal in a time of need or desire. So, I am going to finish this off camera. I'd like to give a special shout out to all my channel member supporters who support me financially. You guys have been fantastic, and you've been keeping me on air, so to speak, because YouTube income has declined, and you guys help me keep up with it so that I can continue to buy this delicious food and freeze dry it for you. So I want to give you a special shout out and say thank you. And I would like to invite all you that haven't done so already to like and subscribe to my channel. All right, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. It's got lots of flavor bursting out of it, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching.